Hello, I hope you're having a great weekend. Today I wanted to talk about intention and purpose, which is something that I have written about in my post recently. I said that let's spend 2024 as a year with more intention and purpose. And how do you really understand intention and purpose in terms of alignment of your actions? We all are doing something with our agency, right? Like with our life. We are trying to build a career, we are trying to build a home, we're trying to build a family. We are all expending our energy and time on something meaningful to us. And that is how we are each day building a better life for ourselves and contributing to our society. So, what does it really mean to be more intentional and more purposeful, or have an intention and purpose for this year? What I mean by that is that we need to learn to understand the intentions that we have for any actions or any goals or even any endeavors that we start. What are our intentions for ourselves, right? So look at it from an ecosystem perspective, which I spoke about in the last video. Look at it from the ecosystem. What are the intentions I have for myself for taking up this task or for taking up this goal or this ambition? And then what are the intentions I have for my ecosystem? So how is my family going to integrate in this? What are my intentions for my family with this action or with this purpose or with this goal? What are my intentions for my immediate peers, my colleagues? What are my intentions for my immediate leadership? So look at it from an all-round perspective. What are my intentions for my customers, right? So look at it from that perspective and think about what your intentions are. And likewise, then you want to align it to a purpose. So, what is the deeper purpose of doing something? Purpose and intention are different. Intention is, I want to do this action. I am inspired to do this action. My intention is that this action will bring certain results. But my purpose is different. My action is aligned to my purpose. If my purpose is, let's say, to bring world peace, then I'm going to try and do actions which are aligned to that purpose. So what is your deeper purpose? How do you identify your purpose? There's no one way to identify your purpose. There's no simple journey to do it, but it's important to take a step back and to ask yourself, what's my purpose with my limited time here on earth? What am I really here to do? And how much have I been really fulfilling that purpose? It doesn't have to be a very grand purpose where you're trying to solve world problems. It could be a very small, tangible, manageable purpose. For example, I want to build a happy, healthy, and safe family. I want my children to grow up in a safe environment. That is a monumental purpose to have in life. What are you now doing in terms of action to align around that purpose? What are you doing in terms of your goals and ambitions? And what are you doing in terms of your intentions? So with that purpose, you need to build an ecosystem. What are your intentions for everybody in that ecosystem? What are the actions that are going to help you align with that purpose? And slowly every day, when you're asking yourself this question, when you're acting from that space, you create a more intentional and purposeful life. And what are the fruits of it? The impact that I spoke about in my previous video. Your impact becomes bigger and more fruitful. It becomes more cohesive and aligned with the purpose that you are working towards. So wanting to have a happy, healthy, safe family that you build for your children, then your ecosystem becomes your immediate family, your partner's family, your children, and your work. You need to find a workplace which aligns with that purpose, that you need to spend time with your children. You need to have a partner who supports you in building that happy and healthy family. And when you're aligning the purpose, your intentions that you want to bring a healthy life to your children, to your partner, you want to have a healthy environment, that's when you are creating a good impact, a positive impact. When you take it in a career perspective, for the longest time, I have actually really been hard on myself for being a career woman. I've looked at it from a lens of shame, if I may say, or guilt. Not shame that I'm doing this, but guilt that I'm not choosing the example that I gave you about, which is building a family life. And I have learned to understand that you can have a similar passion, and you can have a similar fire, a similar purpose, a similar intention. You can have a very positive, lasting impact through your career as well, and be satisfied and happy in it. So when you're looking at it for your career, because career has monetary gains uh, aligned to it, right? Like, that's the attachment, that's like the fruits of your career. A lot of us are lot of us, when we start our careers, we tend to deviate into paths where we are looking more at, where can I get like more monetary hikes, where can I quickly jump and like get a better hike. And there's nothing wrong in that if that's what you want at that moment. But while you're making those changes, and while you're going through these different iterations of trials and errors, and like going into different industries, going into different roles, always try to have a narrative aligned to it. So if I have started my job, let's say as an analyst, which I did. I started as a junior analyst, and then like as an analyst. And at that stage, what was I trying to do? Like, I was trying to learn. I was trying to learn the corporate world. I was trying to learn the corporate communication. I was trying to learn what really works and how does the corporate world work. When I learned that, and I felt like I have a curve now which is getting flat, because I am a person who likes a steep learning curve in her career. That's like my fuel engine for growth in career. The steeper the curve, the more I will thrive. But once it becomes flat, then you need to have that self-identification that now my career like curve is becoming flat, like my growth curve here is becoming flat. Are there more opportunities that I can dig and find? Are there more pivots that I can do within this organization? If I cannot find those pivots within this organization, that's okay. What is the next thing that I would like to do? And ask yourself 3 questions. First is this a challenge that really excites me? Or is this like the next step that really excites me? Is this a job? Is this like an everyday thing? Is there something that really excites me? And is this something which will continue to keep exciting me for the better part of at least a year and a half to 2 years? Give yourself that period of 12 months to 24 months. Will this continue to excite and challenge me for that period? Yes, if you feel that this is going to continue to excite you and challenge you for that period, even though you don't know what you will have in front of you as you go into that job, that's okay. Go into it, start doing that work. Once you're in it, continue to keep reassessing and reevaluating, and ask yourself this question: am I growing? Am I learning something new? Am I being challenged in ways that I have not been challenged before? Because that's very important. If you feel challenged in the same ways that you've been challenged before, or you keep finding yourself being stuck in situations, work-wise situations, which you might have experienced in previous companies, you might start to think that maybe this is not the right place for me, maybe this is not the right job for me. So continue to reassess and reevaluate with your manager. What am I being challenged in the right way? Am I feeling challenged in the right way? Am I feeling I'm growing in the right way? When you reach to that stage, when you start questioning that, that's when you are at a space where you are like confident in what you're doing. You have this uncomfortable discomfort that you're getting used to, but you also know that I'm going to reach a point where even this will become easy, which was not easy when I began. And then what is the next thing that I want to do? Don't wait to reach to that point and think like, oh, what do I do now? Be in the midway of that journey, of that 12 to 24 months journey, and think about, what would I really like to do next? Like, is there somewhere I can pivot? Is there something I can grow into? Is there more challenge I want in the same role? And each person's answer is unique, but look at it that way. And that's where you have to continue to keep chiseling yourself. And when you're doing this exercise, every time keep in mind, what was my purpose when I joined this organization? What is my purpose still? Is it the same purpose? What are my intentions now? My intentions personally, when I started in HubSpot, was to enter a tech industry with a product that is so amazing, with a company that is a global company. It was quite daunting for me, to be honest. But when I started there, I was just like, I'm here to learn. I'm a sponge. I'm going to absorb everything. But then slowly, as I continued to reassess it with my manager, I realized that, yeah, maybe there are certain things that I have actually really gained competence on, some things that I need to gain competence on. But then that is only going to lead me so much into my journey here in this role as a customer success manager, or let's say a senior customer success manager. So like, what do I do next after that? What after the senior, right? you have to start thinking about that when you're thinking about your next step. So what will I do next after my next step? In what ways do I want to be challenged? I know this is a lot, and I have spoken both about family life, I have spoken about career. I would love if there's a balance that you have in both of these. That's like the perfect ideal life that I would want. And yeah, I think hopefully this video helps you in having a few questions when it comes to what is purpose, what is intention. Like, these are big words. We use them quite often, but very few of us actually try to explain it or try to find the meaning behind these words and how we can really inculcate them in our everyday life. So I really hope this video helps give you food for thought for a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I purposely decided to take this video outside. Have a great Sunday. Take care. Thank you for listening. Keep watching. Bye bye.